Listen, it's Face-Off Friday. It's your boy Breezy. My man Mike is in the building. You know how we do. Every time I say Mike's in the building, we gotta give him a Mike. You know what? Big game this weekend. We're in the divisional round.
It's tomorrow, dog. Sorry.
The Niners. We haven't been talking about their defense. We haven't been talking about actually the defenses. We've been talking about pretty much the complexity of the offenses and things like that. Shout out to everybody out there, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew, the Another Bananas crew. Y'all in the building early. But let's talk defense this episode. Let's face off the team's defenses. And let's focus on what these teams have been doing toward the end of the season. Because the Niners haven't played in the playoffs yet. We know what the Packers did against the Dallas Cowboys offense. But let's talk about these defenses, Mike. And there's a bunch of key players on both sides of the ball. And I think that's worth a look. Because when I go with the Green Bay Packers, I'm gonna read the Packers depth chart, and then you tell me who's a stud.
Oh, we gonna start with the disrespect. I'm with it. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
Kenny Clark.
Nah, you said stud, right?
Yeah, I want stud or thud.
Oh,
or stud or dud. That's it.
He's better than a dud, but he's definitely not a stud. I respect Kenny Clark personally, and I saw your Madden simulation yesterday, bro. But yeah, so but I do respect Kenny Clark a little more than most, but I'm not gonna give him a stud though. So he's like a duh.
Nose tackle TJ Slayton.
Dud.
Right defensive end Devontae Wyatt.
I like this kid. He's young though, a little inexperienced, but I like this kid. I'm gonna give him the stud treatment. Okay. And he's been popping off at the mouth, so now he got to back it up.
For
he's
sure,
been popping off at the mouth this week in the media. He got to back it up. So let's see.
100%. 100%. Weak side linebacker Preston Smith. Now they run a 3-4, so you're gonna see four linebackers out there.
Yeah, you know, this is tough because Preston Smith was one of those free agents that I want when they got the Smith brothers
from Commanders, from Washington.
It's weird. I'm gonna say dud this year.
Preston Smith versus Chase Young would be a dope. See what those guys could do out there.
Let me ask you a question. He played in all 17 games this year. He only had 28 tackles, 8 sacks, but he did have 2 forced fumbles, and he makes his presence known. I don't know what Preston Smith's PFF and pressure rate and all that stuff was. Am I sleeping on him? Should I be giving him more credit? Because he's kind of got Nick Bosa type stats, if I'm being honest.
I mean, he's a force out there on the football field. And he's somebody you got to account for, right? You don't want to leave him on no. I mean, if he's lining up on the left side, which is the weak side. Remember, they run a 3-4. So is that Trent side? Because if it's Trent side, you cool, but leaving in the one-on-one. You know what I mean?
I just don't have him up there with the elite of the elite. You know, outside linebackers.
I just mean for this game, is he gonna be? When I say stud, is it a piece? It's a person you got a game plan for.
They hate him in the chat, bro. But the truth is, in this game, yes, you have to know where he is at all times.
Okay,
in this game,
so yes, that makes him a stud, dog. Same as Kenny Clark, right? You leave Kenny Clark out there on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Unaccounted for, it could be a problem because he's gonna be lining up on one of those guards, Aaron Banks' side.
For sure.
All right, let's go to the inside linebackers, Devondre Campbell.
All right, I'm about to get disrespectful, so I'm gonna do this quick. All right, dud.
Really?
I said what I said.
I don't know, man. I got respect for Campbell. I got some respect.
Break it down. Give me some.
I mean, As a run stopping linebacker, he that dude. Will the 49ers try to get him out of the run stopping game? Yeah, they're gonna force him to be in pass depending on the personnel the 49ers put on the football field, which is where he may struggle. I don't think you want him covering. I don't think he wants to cover a guy like Christian McCaffrey or Elijah Mitchell or anybody that is coming out of that backfield. His responsibility is going to be one of those running backs. But when you run those halfback angle routes, I'm gonna be cheesing. No pun intended.
Right. Maybe it's the injury. Maybe it's the age. But I see this guy as a 7-8 year veteran who's a little slower. Let me say it that way. A little slower than what he used to be. And he's been battling injuries this year off and on. I think he played in 11 or 12 games this year. I got to pull it up here. 11. He played in 11 games this year. I don't feel him. 11 games, it says 46 tackles.
Solo tackles.
Yeah, he's just out there on the field. He's not doing it.
I mean, 75 total tackles, but 46 of them were solo.
Right, but you're a linebacker, so you're going to get the assisted tackles. Like if it's on your half of the field, you better get there and put a hat on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the assisted tackles for the linebacker in their position, like I get it, but I'm just I don't fear respect this dude. I'm not game planning around him. I'm lying. I'm targeting him. Let me rephrase what I'm saying. This isn't the Atlanta years anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like this isn't his 2016, 17, 18 years. Like those years are long behind him. So I'm looking for him on the field, yes, but not to avoid, to attack.
All right. Quay Walker.
Quay. He is different, man. He's different. I watched a couple different simulations, including yours. And Quay be just making plays out there. And it makes me think, like, do I not know what I see? Because I don't see some phenomenal. Maybe help me out. Maybe I'm watching these guys the wrong way. Maybe I'm watching
the younger of the linebackers, right? So like,
oh yeah. This is only year 2 for him.
118 tackles total, 59 solo, 59 assisted, 2.5 sacks. He's got an interception, but again, like, and a TD, and he has a touchdown. But again, like
14 games.
Gonna be, huh?
I said just 14 games. Like he didn't.
Yeah, but he's going to be someone you can target, I guess.
Yes. He's the better of the 2 linebackers, but I think I know why I disrespect their linebackers so much, Wayne.
They trash.
That's what I feel when I see them. But am I holding to the Niners standard of linebacking? Like, have you thought about our last
you're not holding anybody to the Nah, I don't think you holding them to the Niners standards, but the Niners definitely are the outlier. And then the Baltimore Ravens, like them 2 teams, those linebackers is top 4 in the league.
It's so weird, right? I was supporting some of our constituents, right? Mariah and Steph had their show last night. And I heard Mariah not complaining, but it was more like how is it that the Packers go out and get 3 back-to-back franchise quarterbacks? They go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and it looks like, as of now, Jordan Love is going to be a guy that they can depend on. It looks like it. And, they got a formula. They believed in drafting guys every year until they believed in somebody and sticking with them and so on and so forth. And that's just been the Packers' way. But Steph had this most phenomenal clapback. She was like, it's exactly how the Niners are with linebackers. And that like, I paused. When's the last time the Niners haven't had an all-pro or Pro Bowl linebacker, bro? Like, it's Patrick Willis. Like,
yeah, but you're forgetting the guys in between Patrick Willis.
There is no in between. It was Patrick Willis,
Navarro Bowman,
and we went to Fred Warner because they got Reuben Foster and Fred Warner around the same time. Like, they just made that transition. They have not. The Niners get linebackers the way the Packers get quarterbacks. And I thought what Steph said was just kind of genius. I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. Like, I think I take the linebacker position for granted because of how good. And think about this also, right? Even like aside from that, we were in a 3-4 before. So some of our linebackers were Ahmad Brooks, A+, right? Alden Smith, A+. Like the Niners hit on their linebackers when they go and get them. I think we kind of spoiled with the linebacker position. And maybe that's why I'm looking at Quay Walker like, yeah, he's all right. Maybe he's better than all right, and I'm just not giving him the right credit. That's all. Wayne don't look like he buying none of the shit that I'm selling right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, how you looking at me?
I mean, he got to he got to put the big boy pants on because now he gonna be dealing with some. When you dealing with running backs, it's look at if we broke down the running backs in the NFC North. Okay.
So we got
Gibbs. Yeah, let's break down these running backs. You got Gibbs, you got freaking Montgomery, them the Lions running backs.
We got Aaron Jones and Dylan.
Nah, but those are his running backs.
I thought you wanted the division. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about the motherfuckers he's got to tackle. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what you were going. I'm sorry. Vikings have
nobody. Because that dude was a straight bust.
Madison.
Nobody.
Worst fantasy pick I ever made in my life.
And then when they went with, who did they go with after that? Like Tyson Chandler. What is the running back? The kid from North Carolina. That's what they should have went with in the first place.
Madison was a bust. He was a waste.
They should have never got rid of Dalvin Cook, but they didn't want to pay him. Anyway, that's another conversation.
And then the other team out there,
Chicago no running backs.
No, wait. I thought Montgomery's not there no more.
Montgomery's is with the Lions.
But we gotta play them next week.
So my point is like that's who he had to go up and get these. He ain't really have to face no top running backs in the league.
No beast. I like what you're saying. We giving them props for some half-ass effort. Like you're not going up against them guys.
Yeah, like I mean, get it. I like Ji'Ayir Gibbs, no doubt, but he wasn't utilized. He was all right. He wasn't utilized right. He was all right. Like,
but see, like he's not a Niners linebacker where we got to go up against guys like Marshawn Lynch. I know that's old. I went back.
Nah, but look, go to the NFC West linebacker. I mean, running backs.
Come on, James Conner. This year.
Beast. I'm talking about this year. Beast.
Right. And then
Kyron Williams. Beast.
Come on. And the Seahawks got
Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker. Beast.
Come on, bro.
And then if you look up Fred Warner and Greenlaw numbers as the linebackers, you're gonna be like,
out.
Yeah. And so like I'm not saying the linebackers aren't like typical linebackers, but I'm saying that they're just typical linebackers, bro. They good at dictating and not dictating, but they're good at locating the run and finding a way to plug it. And that's not just linebacking. That comes up to that defensive front.
Come on. And Greenlaw missed 2 games, finished with 75 tackles. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm only talking about Solo.
You only talk about Solo, right? But that's my point. Like
these dudes can't hold a candle to our guys, bro.
Like
the defense. Warner, Solo, 82, Solo, 4 forced fumbles, 2.5 sacks. Like these dudes,
4 interceptions. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like it's a different. So let's build the defense. Let's build both defenses right there from the linebacking core, because I think that's where it starts. And then if you go up to the front core, their team might have finished with more sacks. I don't even think the Niners finished with over 20 total sacks. I don't think the Niners got over 20 this year. Nick Bosa finished with 8.5.
I'm looking it up right now. 49ers with sacks, attempts, completions, sacks. Is this offense or defense? What's this? This defense. We finished with 48 sacks this year.
We have 48 sacks?
It says 2023, 49ers 48.
Can we break them sacks down? Because show me when we had 48. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
When you sleeping on us, big dog?
Now, hold up. That's not a lot, though, Mike. That like 48?
I mean, that's 3 a game.
How many? Who's the leader in sacks?
All right, so now you asking for different stats. Hold up, I'm gonna pull it up. I know Nick.
No. What team leads in sacks?
Nick Bosa,
that's what I meant.
Oh, about to say Nick Bosa finished with 10.5.
He's 10.5. Okay, good.
All right, so let me go back. This says the leader in sacks was. It's gone. Here it is. If I put it in order, 60 Ravens.
And we finished with 48. Ain't that only 12 less? Oh, I can't do math.
So yeah, no, that's perfect. That's exactly 12. Ravens 60, Chiefs 57, Dolphins 56,
The
Colts.
Dolphins had that many sacks. They defense, that's that Bradley Chubb factor.
Nah, that defense. So the Dolphins jump out to early leads and force teams to pass early. So
Got you.
they pin their
so
ears
teams,
back and
yeah.
go.
I mean, that's
Or they
context. Yep.
struggle all game. It's a close game. So that's how they did.
Yep.
Bills 54, Colts 51, Browns 49, Chargers 48, Jets 48, Bucks 48, Niners 48. We finished top 10. We finished top 10 in sacks, man. But we're a well-balanced team, and that's the issue. Like, we do everything good. We don't do anything great.
So we're the Packers. That's my whole point.
Keep scrolling.
Because we don't have to break down individually the
40, 45.
So they're right there with 3 sacks less. It's a push, basically.
Yeah, but we didn't play our starters all games. They played their starters all game. And I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm not trying to give them nothing. Like when the Niners 4 times this year had huge fourth quarter leads and sat their starters on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Normally, for a team that needs every rep, every snap, like the Packers, how they needed week 17 to get into the postseason, right? The Niners didn't even play their starters. So you could be blowing the team out. Not only aren't we going to like go out there and give it all our best, we're going to sit our starters. So we're not getting those sacks that other teams are getting because they got something to show and something to prove. So this is with a lot less snaps than these other teams. Like this Niners team is just different, bro. It's different. And context is going to matter when we're looking at these stats like this.
All right. So you're saying that you give the edge to the Niners front?
Yes. But not just the edge guys, like the whole.
No, the front, the defensive front.
The whole front. We are going to be missing something with Farrell out this week. Like we're going to be missing something. Yes. I'm giving it to all of them.
Okay.
It's definitely a team effort. If our leading sack leader only has 10 and a half, like that's nothing. I think the next closest guy is 7, so it's not good.
Yeah, but overall, like you got to count the interior ones. You got to get, and so like you getting our Eric Armstead back. I'm not saying he's gonna be a sack guy, but he's gonna have a lot of one-on-ones, and so it's a possibility that pressure is generated because they're gonna double Bosa and they're gonna double Hargrave. Like,
and so check it out, right? It's funny you say those two names.
Excuse me, they chip Bosa and they're gonna double Hargrave.
Bosa led the team with sacks with 10 and a half. The next closest guy was Hargrave. And the guy after him was Eric Armstead, believe it or not. So
and he missed 85 games. When I tell you this game not gonna be close, bro.
Come on, bro. Healthy legs? What?
Like I'm healthy feet, healthy legs, healthy arms, knees, eyeballs.
They don't stand a chance,
bro. I know for a fact. All right. We're not done. All right, let's go to the safeties because
we got them. We got them.
They don't got the edge at the safeties,
bro.
We got a rookie out there. They don't.
You know I fuck with Ji'Ayir Brown. You know that's my dog.
I know, but I'm asking. We got a rookie, and let's keep it a buck. He got to play against some shifty receivers this week. Slant gods. That's what I like to call them. Like they and route gods. That's what I like to call them. They could route. But let's just look at the two safeties. Go Darnell Savage and go
Ji'Ayir Alexander. Don't do that. Don't go when it comes.
He's not a safety. I thought he was a cornerback.
Oh yeah. You're right. I'm thinking about secondaries in general. I'm sorry.
Go Jonathan Owens and Darnell Savage. Jonathan Owens will be in the box. Savage is their freelance guy, their free safety. And then go to Sean Gibson and go Ji'Ayir Brown, who I think is going to be starting in this game.
All right, so Jonathan Owens' stats for this year were as follows: 1 sack, 58 solo tackles, and 1 forced fumble. Those are actually not bad numbers from the safety.
No, I didn't know. That's why I said,
Yeah, and I'm only telling you solo joints. I'm not telling you combined. Like that's a really solid year. Like he's better than the linebackers. That's crazy. He's better than bum ass Campbell. I said it.
I'm gonna get Darnell Savage's numbers up here because I got for Savage as they load because they want to take forever. I got 51 tackles,
These safeties. You know what this tells me? Hold up.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Huh?
They
Why they
gotta save.
tackles got so many safeties?
They
Tackles.
gotta
Why they
save
safeties
these.
got so many tackles, Wayne?
Well, hold up, bro, because when we look at the Niners, hold up, them numbers might be high too.
I'm getting my little pistol starter out here, though.
Yeah, that's okay. I hear you.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's the real joint right
That's the one right there. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna upgrade my shit. That's cool.
there. Whoo, baby. All right. Look, I've been trying to get these Niners joints up, and like, I want to see what them tackles are for Tashawn Gibson because it's probably high too, bro.
No, okay. So here, it's not gonna be fair to try to do this. God damn. Oh, this is college. I'm about to say that don't make no sense because the Niners have had a consistent rotation of guys at the position, so it's not going to be fair.
It'll be fair. It's gonna be fair.
No,
The fairness starts at Tashawn Gibson. Like that's gonna be the guy that you're comparing when you're looking at Darnell Savage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
okay.
like when I look at Tashawn Gibson, let me see. Let me get his stats up here.
I got him over here if you want him already. He finished the season with 30 with 1 interception, 26 tackles.
Okay. This is going to your point, and that's why I want to bring it up. I don't want to false advertise when we start talking about, damn, they got some high tackling numbers for them safeties because they got to save them plays. And then we get to our guys. Now go to Ji'Ayir Brown because he played the majority of this.
By the way, that's off of 16 games. T. Gip only missed 1, bro. T. Gip missed 1 game, bro. One game. All right. So now if we go into Ji'Ayir Brown, all right. So Ji'Ayir Brown, he's got it's J-I''A. There he is. God damn, that's weird to type. He played in 15 games.
He played in 15 games, but he only started a few games.
This is actually weird. He's got 2 picks.
He's got 22 tackles.
Yeah, it's not showing me his tackles. So 22.
Yeah.
But we also got to look up Hufanga. So let me look up Hufanga. Let's do
Hufanga had 39.
39 plus 22 gives you 61. So let's do that.
Yo, but you know what? And then Logan Ryan has 9 too. But you know what's funny?
They are cycling through these dudes, bro.
Well, they had to because of the injuries.
Yeah.
But when you look at Hufanga, like his tackles came big because a lot of his tackles were behind the line of scrimmage.
He's at the box. Yeah, he's back there. Yeah, he getting down there to the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he only had 1 tackle for loss this year. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's when you.
No, but he was a box guy.
Well, Jonathan Owens is a box guy too. What was Owens' numbers?
Jonathan Owens had 58 solo.
Right, and so I mean, Huff probably would have beat that number out. Like you expect the box numbers to be bigger than the free safety numbers.
Yeah, but we looked up our free safety numbers, and it wasn't.
Our free safety numbers was 41 compared to Darnell Savage, which was I can't remember what his numbers were. Oh, I got it right here. 51. So that's 10. Darnell Savage has 10 more solo tackles. No. Darnell Savage only had 36 solo tackles.
Yeah, I want to say you're looking up combined, yeah.
Yeah. So
but he only played in 10 games, so now we got to find their replacement guy and see what they had.
Okay.
Like, you see what I'm saying? But that 31 and just 10, like that tells you what you need to know, bro. That secondary getting cooked, and they were depending on them to make tackles, man.
You know what was going to be the biggest face-off to me? Charvarius Ward and Ji'Ayir Alexander.
Yo, I don't understand why people are saying Ward. I think it's Lenore and Alexander.
No, because you're gonna need Lenore to line up in the slot in this game. So all right, when you look at the Green Bay Packers, you know how Steve Wilks likes to match up his defense with size. You're not gonna see a lot of Isaiah Oliver because they don't got big receivers. They got quick guys. And so, like, if Ambry Thomas is healthy, you're comfortable him on the outside. Ambry Thomas is going to get your like Romeo Dobbs, right? Now, the only issue with that is does Dobbs have a bunch of double moves or your Dontavian Wicks or those type of guys? But whoever they choose to line up in that slot, Jaden Reed, whatever. I want whoever's in the slot. I want Diamador Lenore in that slot. I feel the matchup would be best with Diamador Lenore in the slot. They got young, quicker receivers. And I think Lenore is the best with the quick, with the quick hitch, the turn, the dick to hip, whatever it is you want to call it. I think he's the best defender on the team at that. The team overall struggles on the slot fades. So whoever's going to get that slot fade route is probably going to get beat. But if your safety is playing well over the top, yeah.
You know who I think plays the slot fade route really well and don't get credit for it on our team? I'll give you one guess, but I bet you won't get it. And nobody talks about. I actually think this guy is in position well. He gets the hand up. He reads the eyes of the wide receiver. I think he plays it really well.
Oh, probably Ambry Thomas, but
yes,
yeah, but he doesn't get beat. Ambry Thomas gets beat on double moves.
But I'm talking about specifically the
slot fade route.
No, he doesn't be in place.
Yeah,
he be out there like the Statue of Liberty, Wayne.
You're right. Like you're right, but he be a half a tick a stick slow, or like a half a tick, because the ball's placed for the receiver only, right?
Come on.
And he just if his head be turned, but for some reason his middle finger is a little short every time.
If he was any closer, they would throw a flag. I think he plays it perfectly.
But that's my point, bro. Like them touchdowns to me not on him. That's a banging ass throw.
Good throw and great catch. Sometimes you just get beat by that, but people give him so much shit for it, bro. And I'd be like, yo, I don't know what y'all want my man to do any earlier, and it'd be a flag. Like, I just don't know what people want my man to do. And that's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy about this fan base. When I watch these games, you know I'm live every week. I'm live every week on the Patreon if I'm not at the game. And they just be going crazy. I'm like, yo, what did y'all want him to do?
Because he giving up the touchdown, but I don't think they realize that he's in the position. It's just a better throw. You know where they say, "Oh, that was great defense, but better offense."
Yeah, absolutely.
That's been Ambry Thomas. Now, if Ambry's playing off and the receiver does a double move, Ambry gets stuck. His feet get stuck. His feet get stuck in the ground. Like, oh shoot. And I don't like that.
That's why you want to keep him away from the slot, though, because they got the two.
You would never have seen me put Ambry in the slot, and the slot's not running really double moves. They might run whip routes.
It's the fact that they can go either way, which makes him hesitate. So that I'm not saying that they run double moves necessarily. It's just
no. These Green Bay receivers is gonna be running some double moves.
Well, they're young and they think they got quick feet. So
that's my point, right?
Yeah.
So
we
got
a Womack though. Don't do that. Stop sleeping on my man. Well, y'all gonna get me hype, and we got like 60 seconds. Don't do. I'm chilling.
Whose secondary is better, the 49ers or the Packers?
Niners, and it's not close. It's not close.
So it sounds like you didn't give one nod.
They have a comparable defensive line because we have had a down year on our defensive line production. How's that for a nod?
That's not a nod.
Our D line's still better.
So here's what I think, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. They have some good defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mention Rashawn Gary on the outside.
He trash. I know that's your Michigan dude, but he trash.
He not going to be trash against Colt McKivitz.
You corrected me earlier this week. I'm sorry. What did I say? Overrated based off of draft position.
Oh, draft position.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's my question mark. Him over Colt McKivitz. That's a question mark. Now you're talking about a bully. Like,
because now we're talking about matchups. And that's where we got to talk. See, we talk defense player versus defensive player. We didn't talk about who they're going to be lining up opposite of. We didn't talk about, Eric Armstead against their right tackle. I mean, their right guard. We didn't go into that kind of depth. And so that's where it really, really hits different. That's where.
But it starts with it starts with which defense you feel is going to be most dominant. And obviously it's got to come down to the matchups. But if you look at which defense is stronger on paper, it's the Niners defense. They have the better players. So you're expecting the Niners defense to be the more dominant defense in this game. It's just now, what will the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers do to negate that? And what will the offensive line of the San Francisco 49ers do to negate the defense from the Green Bay Packers? And so, like, you're right, it does come down to matchups. Mike, what's your biggest matchup in this joint then?
So this is going to sound crazy, but I think that Aaron Jones is going to be the key. Well, not just Jones, but the run game is going to be the key to the success of the Green Bay Packers' entire offense. I get it. Jordan Love is going to be a big guy, and we highlighted him yesterday. We talked about how pivotal it's going to be between the quarterbacks. But I think for Jordan Love to get comfortable, the run game has to be doing well, so that way it takes some pressure off of him. I think if you just squarely walk into a game and say, hey, this game is on your shoulders, I don't think Jordan Love is quite ready for that. I understand he's a 4 or 5 year veteran and everything. I understand that he's sat behind Aaron Rodgers. He thinks he's ready. But the fact that his stats are comparable to a second year Mr. Irrelevant, and he's a first round guy, while people are praising him for that, I'm looking at it like, bro, that's Mr. Irrelevant, and you're barely on the level of him. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm looking at it. As a first round draft pick who has years of experience in the league, I would be disappointed in myself if that's the guy I'm sincerely being compared to. Mm-hmm. So he's going to rely on that run game to open things up for him, right? You said it multiple times on various shows. They need the run game to be successful to open up the play action for them.
That's it.
Right? Where the Niners can just go to play action because they respect our players and our running back right away, straight out the gate. They don't have that luxury, because if it's a game where the running back doesn't hit for them, it's game over.
Game over.
We've seen this time and time again. Just go through it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Wayne's word for it. Just go through their game schedule, and you can actually do this in the box score. Hit the box score, hit the stats, and watch the number be underneath 60 rushing yards for one player, and look at the win-loss record. Don't take my word for it. Just go do the homework yourself, okay? He is going to rely heavily on the production of the run game. And I think with Eric Armstead being back, this is a guy who can two-gap really, really well. He might not always make the tackle, but he is an immovable force.
It's not about him making the tackle, and I want people to understand that.
And this is what they don't get.
It's about the defensive line soaking up the offensive line so that the linebackers can come in and fill the gap. So when you said he's a good two-gap guy, it's because he's literally taking up two gaps, right? And so on top of that, now when Fred Warner comes down, guess what he doesn't have to do? Overcompensate. And why doesn't he have to overcompensate? Because he's not there's no big-ass offensive lineman touching him. And that's what Eric Armstead does well. And so, like, when you said that the Packers got to come out and find a way to run the ball, like, they have to run the ball. They have to run the ball. The Niners just have to tackle and stop the run. I would take the number 3 run defense over their number of 15 rushing offense, number 10 rushing off. I would take that any day. That's just me. I think the Niners run defense. Now you're adding. So you mean it? So you're telling me the Niners had the number 3 overall run defense in the NFL in 2023 without Eric Armstead?
Without Eric Armstead, with Nick Bosa being a shell of himself, not setting the edge the way that he's supposed to be.
I actually thought he set the edge pretty well this year. Interesting, right?
No. I will give
and I wonder if that was part of his game plan. And that's what he was working on getting better at. How many times a year ago we watched Nick Bosa over pursue the rush? Next thing you know, the runner run right by him. What if that's the reason why his sack numbers hasn't? He's been playing a better logical version of football because his run and it's not to over pursue the pass. That's why Nick always said all season long, it's not about the sacks. Because not that I agree with that 100%. Here's the thing. You get your hands on the motherfucker, you better get that motherfucker down on the motherfucker ground, because that's when it's about the sack.
It's funny because I've watched this interview with him and Chase Young like 3 times already. And every time I watch it, I listen to things said and unsaid. Something that he did say to Chase Young, and these are Chase Young's words, like your biggest piece of advice from your former Ohio State guy. hearing Nick Bosa. He said, the moves don't matter. You can be good with the hands, you can be good with the legs. None of that matters. It's the get off and the reaction to the snap.
It's the get off.
He's been focusing on that aspect so much. That's the knowledge he gave to a guy that we acquired halfway through the year.
I can tell you that he's not lying.
Come on, bro.
For the simple fact of how many times he lined up offsides this year.
Because he's trying to
time
damn snap. Nick Bosa has become the new Trent Williams. Trent Williams gonna get his false starts, and Nick Bosa gonna get his offsides.
His fucking offsides.
That's where we at.
And that's what you want. The bear versus the gorilla.
Yes. Come on, bro. Tell me those two not making each other better, bro. Tell me you don't see the results in practice.
That's iron sharpeneth iron, bro.
That's it. I got nothing else.
I got nothing else, man.
That's it, y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed this, man. We really, really do. This was a face-off Friday. Defense versus defense, man. Face off. We gave it to y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Shout out to the live chat, the live viewers. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very, very much. We will highlight super chats later. All right. But right now, we're going to get up out of here. We got stuff to do. We hope y'all enjoy the rest of your Fridays. Tomorrow is game day. Faithful, we got this. Niners by 16.
Let's go. 16 with us. I said 35-17. What's that? 19?
35-17. I've been drinking.
It's
two less than 2018. There you go.
Whatever that is.
And I'm going to share this with y'all, and I'm getting out of here. I don't think we playing the Lions in the NFC Championship game.
Me neither.
Sign us out, Wayne.
Yo, no harm, no foul. It's going on. Let's go. I don't know whatever the other thing is because Mike made that shit up, but I can't remember it.
No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike.
That's
Wayne.
Yeah.
And this is no harm, no foul. We love y'all.
Peace.